G'day and welcome to our first video for Smite Tactics. This is going to be our first video in a series of videos where we basically jump in, check out a bunch of new games and give some first impressions. I'm MP Numbers, this is Diem. Our game today, as I mentioned, is Smite Tactics. It is a very new game in very early beta. I'd like to quickly thank the guys at Double Jump because they're the ones who got me the beta key to try this out. Today we're just going to jump in, we're going to load up the tutorial, we're going to have some fun with it, we're going to give our thoughts on what we think of the game, and then continue fighting some more games and doing the same kind of thing. A bit of the tutorial, I've gone through the basics of it. You haven't even seen the game besides this opening screen yet.
My very first look, so take me through it.
Cool. Alright, well, there's not much to see here at the moment. You do have a couple of... you can buy a Founder's Pack, you can look at your collection, which I don't have yet, you can buy and open packs, and there is a daily quest log, but that's pretty out of our range at the moment. I think what we'll do now, we'll jump into the play, we'll look at the tutorial, and go from there.
Okay.
Cool. Alright, so starting the tutorial, I have 3-starred all of them, yay, but we'll start from scratch. So each objective, and there are objectives past just the tutorial, and they have star rankings and you win currency to buy boosters with. But what I really like is that each star has a specific, so it's not just, oh, you might get 2 or 3 stars, you specifically have to get each achievement, each objective to get each star. So for this one we want to win the mission, we want to win in less than 19 turns and win with your leader at 1 health. If your leader dies you lose anyway, so you're guaranteed at least 1 star. And we are using preset decks that come with this, so we haven't built any decks. I don't really have any cards yet.
The artwork's quite nice for it.
It's not too bad. A lot of the cards... Oh, let's listen.
We need you.
Wake up, we need you.
Wake up.
So remember, again, this is tutorial, so it is taking us through the very basics of the game.
Is this what the game's actually going to look like, or...?
It does look very similar to this, from the 1 or 2 matches that I did play just to get a feel for it.
Now move.
Will you start in a room like this, or...?
No. So you start at an open field with your opponent sitting across from you.
Ah, okay.
So this is teaching us about movement. So each character has a movement square. You choose where you want to move each turn by clicking and just clicking where you want to click.
Okay.
That's my turn for this tutorial. Normally you'd attack and do other stuff, but...
She sees you now. They know you are awake.
I like the voice acting.
Don't let them stop you.
Not sure if you can hear that, but it's not bad. So we're clicking on the character, we're going to left click on the spiderling to attack, and basically it's going to automatically move me to the best place to attack that creature. I can manually move, but you may as well just let the game do it for you.
And so that skull means it's going to die?
That skull means it's going to kill at this turn, is my understanding. As the game says, attacking deals your unit's red number, and the green number is the health. So like any card game, like your Hearthstone, your Magic, attack health is...
I will note with that, not so good for colourblind people. Hopefully that's something that they create a setting for.
Yeah.
As a colourblind person, no idea that that's red and green.
Fair enough. That's something that we can definitely note. We've completed our moves, we end our turn.
Keep going. Your faithful cry out.
So obviously being a tutorial we are locked to just passing, we don't get to choose what we do.
Still strong. Do
And I
not
believe
fear
it was
enemy.
19 turns we had to win by.
Yes. So we're selecting our spirit. So so this is the difference. Because we're in range this time, when we attack the spiderling, we're going to take damage back. Because before we were a square away, it didn't happen.
What was... You had the mouse down a little bit or something like that? Gave 2... Yeah, what's going on there? Is that showing that you can still attack?
I think that's showing those are the 2 that you would be able to hit from your position here.
Perfect. Okay.
Yep, so I took 1 damage back.
Right.
Completed all my moves. Now because it's their turn, they're going to attack me, and again I attack back.
So what you want to do is get a ranged unit and have it away from a melee unit so that it doesn't hurt you back. And that way you're going to keep your things alive.
But yeah, my early understanding of this game is that ranged units seem to be pretty powerful. But in saying that, if you use your ranged unit to attack another ranged unit, they can then ranged attack you back in the same style as the melees. Now this is one downside of the beta. It takes a while to load everything.
So this was like the start.
So we completed the mission. So that's how you
Okay,
move
yep.
around. So again, mission 2, we're going to learn to use abilities and summon gods. Let's listen.
Can you feel it? Your power is returning. Your faithful cry out for you. Remember.
I was murdered.
Yes, you were.
You? Why are you here?
I helped to free you through my domain.
But...
You were trapped in Hades.
betrayal.
Olympus has fallen. The Eye of... The Norse say Ragnarok has come. Someone is coming.
Let the eternal darkness, let the eternal darkness embrace you.
Actually missed all this stuff when I was playing through the first tutorial because I didn't have sound on.
So obviously all the different cultures are aware of each other in that. They, based on the storyline so far, they all seem to think that the world is ending or in quite a bad place.
Seems something, yeah, and obviously something's caused these gods to go to war, possibly. So we're moving. This. So again, so yeah, from here he'd be able to hit both of those. He wants us to attack the spiderling. Can't do much more than follow the instructions. End our turn.
You can't win. Your faith are scattered. You are weak and alone.
Now I assume that that blocks you from hitting that spider.
Your daughter waits.
So we have a special ability. Left click here to use his ability and draw a card, which costs us 3 mana.
And I take it each of the heroes has a different ability.
Yep. So this is a card. We've just drawn this card. This is our hand of cards that we have. So we select Athena. So we're going to summon Athena. And we're going
So we see it's a 6-cost card, which I can see down the bottom right. It tells me how many things I can spend to summon.
Yeah, so that's our mana pool. So the cost of the card seems to be the top left. Then we've got attack and health down the bottom, and then move in the middle by the looks of it. And a special ability, which is guard. So we'll drop her as we're required to do next to this guy.
Father, you are alive. Athena, still sticking your nose where it doesn't belong.
Select Zeus, move Zeus to this location. So because Zeus has a ranged attack, obviously we want to get him out of range. And
It doesn't.
No, doesn't look like it. And units spawned this turn cannot move, so that they have summoning sickness, which is pretty common in most card games.
Yep.
So Athena kills a spiderling, hits that.
And so did it explain what guard actually does? Is that protecting Zeus?
It is listed on her card, so it protects all adjacent friendlies cannot be targeted by attacks. Can still get hit by spells, but not attacks. Oh, here we go. Athena
Yeah.
guards ally, yeah.
It popped up right after I asked.
Ah, okay. Should have noticed. So we're going to attack her to defeat her.
And we're in.
Father, I knew you would return to us somehow.
Athena, I am so weak, I cannot see clearly. What has happened?
We are at war, Father, and many have fallen. Come, there is much to tell.
The graphics definitely aren't terrible.
No, they're alright.
Alright, definitely alright. Obviously, a lot of the cards, which we'll see later, have temporary art on them, so it's something they're clearly working on. But,
With the graphics as well, though, you don't want to set the graphics too high, because particularly with, say, the free-to-play market and that, you want to cover as many people as possible.
for
And if
sure.
you start setting the graphics minimum too high, you're going to be cutting out a large portion of your base.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so the final tutorial by the looks of it is the one where we get to learn how to use items and spell. I don't learn items on the battlefield. See what happens.
So I got a bit of a hand this time.
Yo.
Hurry, father. The boat is not far. We must get you to safety.
What happened here?
Our armies invaded the kingdom of the sun. Ares led them. He now rules in Ra's place.
We invaded. Why?
It was believed Egyptians murdered you, father. Olympus wanted revenge, and Ares gave it to them.
Why would Anubis help them?
To clear his name. Come, father, we must hurry. And you are not thinking clearly.
But who killed me?
Blast! Agents of the enemy. We must fight!
I wonder who killed him.
So is Zeus like holding his hand up ready to throw like a lightning bolt, or?
I think he's holding something. I just don't know what. I'm guessing he's ready to cast lightning bolt. I guess that's kind of his thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a weird kind of pose that is just. It looks like he's meant to be holding something there, but he's not.
Alright, so let's have a look. So it still wants me to follow some basic instructions. So in a normal match, you start with 3 cards and draw a card from your deck every turn. Similar to Hearthstone and whatnot. It wants me to cast Sunder, which deals 2 damage to a non-leader enemy. So being a spell, obviously it doesn't have attack or health, but it does have a casting cost in the top left corner.
And what we're looking at here is this the more like the actual game itself?
This is more, yeah, so you've got your battlefield. You start with yourself and 1 other ally and then 3 cards. And yeah. So it wants us to cast this on him.
Power is returning, but you are
So, yeah.
still vulnerable.
This is your lead. If he dies, you fail. Don't forget to use Zeus. So I'd say now I believe we've got free choice. Do we? Defeat Medusa to win. Possibly. So we might kill the 1/1. Medusa is ranged. So we want to keep Athena nearby to help to protect, and we can cast a marksman, who we can also protect if we put the marksman there. And then marksman's ranged, so.
And so all damage will go onto Athena.
Yep. Well, they physically can't click to attack a protected unit.
We need help. You must call upon your faithful.
And what was Judgment again?
Judgment deals 2 damage to a non-leader, or if you control 2 gods, it deals 4 damage. So there's no point using it now.
So what are our other gods? Athena, I take it, isn't a god?
Yeah, Athena's a god.
So we've got 2 gods on the board?
Oh yeah, we do too. But there's no point, it's a 1/1, so we can kill that with our archer. We can't use the Medusa because that's the leader. So I'd say we want to move forward, kill the 1/1 and do some damage to this thing.
We've got the Spartan guy as well, which we can play.
We can, and he gives adjacent friendlies have protect. Protect is an ability that reduces damage taken by non-items, so attacks, by 1. By X, sorry, which is 1 for him. So that's it, so we can put him in the middle to help. So we might just kill... yeah, we'll just kill this. Yeah.
With Protect, is there a minimum amount? Like, do you still take a minimum of 1 damage, or will it literally stop all damage if it's only a 1?
We can find out. We probably should have cast it before, that would be more sensible. But I'll put it here, and then, so they've got a 1 on it. I'll say attack this. Yeah, so he didn't lose any health there, so it must be no minimum.
Okay.
And Athena cannot attack, so I'll just
But
move.
Where's Athena? Did she take any damage then, or?
No. That's from this guy.
Okay.
That's just a thing to get. But he's now lost his little 1 that was there.
Oh, so it's a once-off ability?
Yeah, when you summon.
okay.
Oh, does it? Well, maybe because I've moved him out of range, maybe that's the problem. So if I move him back into range... Oh no, they get the protect because I moved him out of range. So we'll try that again, so I'll hit Medusa. Yeah, so it just stops damage. That's pretty cool. Seems a little bit OP. Because he wasn't in range of that, yeah, okay. So I'm going to just start wailing on Medusa, I think is my best bet. Then I can use this guy. I've already moved him. Oh, I've already moved him. Okay, I guess I'll summon a harpy.
And so the harpy doesn't get a hit back when it
No.
attacks someone.
No, so that's pretty handy. So she just summons a new one of these every turn. I think we just win because Athena just attacks. I guess we'll draw some gods and see what happens if we draw gods. See what gods we have. Yes, this is a temporary art. I guess I didn't have any gods because nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, it is still early beta, could be a bug. But yeah, all we have to do is attack and then attack and we win.
You are leaving.
Yes. I must return to Olympus.
Just a little bit
It is
buggy.
gone. There is nothing for you there.
That I will see it for myself. You have my thanks.
I do not need your thanks. This all started with you. You must restore order before it is too late.
Then join me. I will need more allies in this chaos.
Another day, perhaps.
I have allies in the wilderness, Father. We should seek them out.
No,
In the wilderness.
I must see home first.
Again, game in beta, a little bit buggy there. It still was showing the characters, and I'm sure that's not supposed to happen.
At the end turn throughout the cutscene.
Yeah. So that's the tutorial. So that's moving, casting spells, using the god's abilities, attacking, etc. So we basically know the game now. This is a bit more to it. What are you thinking so far?
I'm liking the looks of it. The graphics are nice. It's got its own unique visual style and that with it. The tutorial does seem easy enough to give you a quick rundown of the rules and that kind of thing. Drawing cards and that, I think, is one of those things we might have to jump into a game and have a look at the variety in it. But with all these kind of things, it's going to be a matter of what have they got on release and what are they going to release after that to expand upon a solid foundation.
For sure. Well, before we give final judgment, how about we just jump in and play one game, like an actual game?
Definitely.
We'll probably lose, but who we want? Zeus, Odin, Ra.
I reckon go Ra. A
Ra.
little bit of Egyptian love.
Sure. Alright, so it looks like we've found an opponent.
The sun has risen once again.
Okay, so it looks like we get to choose our opening hand. We've got a Fire Imp, which is a 2-1 with charge, which my understanding is the charge is same as Hearthstone, can attack straight away. A spell to draw 2 cards, and 2 executes. I'd say we'll follow the basic rules of card games where you get rid of the
High cost.
high cost, keep the draw, keep the creature, get 2 new cards. So we got a Fist of the Gods, which stuns an enemy. We got I've got a god who attacks throw enemy 1 tile behind him.
So
Sobek.
it pushes them.
Yeah, pushes them back, and we got a mana potion to gain +1 mana, which I think is the equivalent of of a Hearthstone coin because you go second.
Yep.
Okay, so we can move first.
And we
And
can
then
summon Sobek.
Summon Sobek, I guess. Is this one? This is range, so we have to remember that. That's fine.
What's
though.
the that thing in the middle?
I think it's just aesthetics. Doesn't
Aesthetics?
say I can't attack it, so
Okay.
that's why I spawned Sobek of my opponents.
Oh.
Interesting.
Because normally you would summon it around your hero.
Yeah, that was my understanding. And I can also summon. Oh, I already had 3 mana.
You're Ra.
Oh, Am I playing against? Okay, I don't know what's happening. there.
You're Ra on the right.
So why was I able? So he's got charged. So let's just get in there. Maybe my opponent was just clicking at the same time I was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was. I assumed that I'd be on the left. I guess that's my fault. Okay, so let's say what's Ra's ability? Ra's ability is to heal all friendlies in target area for 1.
Okay. So you want a higher health minions.
Yeah.
He's kind of more like the priest in Hearthstone.
Yeah. I got a spell which poison up to 2 random non-leader enemies. Poison enemies are killed at the end of their next turn. That's interesting.
Stun, was that against the hero as well, or just...
It's just an enemy, so it can be anybody by the looks of it.
Oh, and there's the harpy.
There's the harpy. So how far can this guy move? He's going to go 3 move. So I can't attack the god because of that.
But you could get him up there and get the harpy into combat, maybe?
Yeah, so move my god up.
All the way.
Hit the 1-4. Get this guy up, ready to attack.
Where can you summon the harpy, though?
There, I guess. So what's his move? He has a move of 2, so 1, 2. So if I put it there, it can't hit my harpy. My harpy has a move of 3.
Okay.
So yeah,
as long as the harpy can hit the next turn?
Yep. It's not worth stunning anything yet. And then
So we can see up the top, he's got 5 cards in his hand.
Yep, 5 cards and access to 4 mana, which you're covering a little bit.
6 cards, sorry.
That tells me there, 6 cards, yep. Yeah, it does tell us underneath Diem's pretty face, the opponent does have 17 cards in their deck and 4 mana available.
Okay.
Similar to what we can see down here. Maybe
Is the map interactive in any way? A lot of these games like Hearthstone and that normally allow you to click on the map to entertain yourself with that. Has this employed any of those kind of tactics?
Doesn't seem to. As we saw in the tutorial, some of the, they're interactable in-game, but there's nothing that's actually responding to my clicking or anything here. Oh, you can see a history of cards cast.
Okay. And I noticed you both have the same little icon. Is that a ranking icon, or do you choose that yourself?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I'd imagine it is a rank icon, but I didn't choose that. It's possible something that's going to be implemented as we go. So what I can do is I can move this guy up and throw this back, which will take the protect off and let me hit with the harpy.
Okay.
That's probably the right play at the moment. Then I can draw
The harpy will be able to kill that thing at the front.
Yeah, the harpy can kill that and won't get attacked back, which is important, but then it'll die when the god attacks it. So we'll do that first. So we'll go to there. So he'll move to there and hit him, which will throw it backwards. Oh, okay, that didn't work as I expected. Okay.
It still took the protective off that one that we wanted to.
That one, which we're going to kill, because if they play a god, it's going to get more. It's going to get better. So kill that. Harpy gets spent. May as well hit this guy for 1. Draw 3 cards. 2 cards, sorry. Elder Harpy and Elder Harpy. Oh no, sorry, Elder Harpy and Last Breath. I can stun something, not worth it. End turn. So I'm guessing that my opponent's going to kill the Harpy. But then they're not. It depends on what they draw.
Or they could kill Sobek with the 2 things.
They could use both of them to kill Sobek, yeah, that's why it's
Wouldn't
true.
be a better option because your Harpy has 3 attack.
Yes, but then the Harpy will attack back for more damage, so... Oh, but if he does it from range, then it won't... Ooh. So he just summoned a god. Force adjacent... On summon, force adjacent enemies to move away and root them. So I'm guessing these roots are supposed to be around there. It's obviously a little bit of a beta glitch, which is fine.
So it pushes quite a long way away as well.
It does. 3 squares. It's pretty solid. I can poison that.
No, it poisons up to 2, we said.
Yeah, I could stun it, because that's a 2/6. So it would be basically using it just to kill 1 creature, or 1 unit. Enemy, whatever they call them. I've got Sobek again. So I could go Sobek Harpy and just kind of start putting in creatures. He's also ranged, so... So my Harpy can't move because it's rooted. So it's literally rooted. It's just going to sit there for a while.
So we got 5. We can get Sobek out if we wanted to.
Yeah,
and
so
how much was poison?
Poison costs 4. So it's one or the other. Stun's free.
Or we
Sobek
could stun now and then poison later after he summons something else.
So
We could do Sobek and the... Is it Ward to get more cards?
So ward first, see what we draw.
Yep.
A Fury, which is 6, and a Minion Recruiter, which spawns a minion from your opponent's deck. That's interesting. So Sobek
Now we can
it
do
is.
Sobek. Yep.
I guess
Get
just
him right up in there.
right up
down,
in there.
Down the bottom.
Oh, and this is the timer, so this is the rope.
Okay, yep.
So I guess we just hit the god. We're winning the race at the moment, which is, which is good. So if my opponent plays another enemy, then I want to use this basically just straight away.
Yep.
If he doesn't, I might even just use this and this, or I could play the Fury, which does not, has the same ability as the Harpy. So the Harpy is no longer rooted, so that obviously only lasts for a turn.
Seems to have a couple of choices.
Yes, opponent's obviously got a lot going on. Synaptic Seizure. Thank you for being part of our video, Synaptic Seizure. What's the move? So my Harpy can move 3, so 1, 2, 3, so he can hit that as well. So he's looking at moving the god away.
I think this is where your confusion was before, was that when you tried to control his hero, he was doing the same thing, so it looked as though you were doing it.
Yeah, so I could actually... Yeah, that's... I'm not sure if that's intentional.
So he hasn't played any minions?
Hasn't done anything. Oh, there we go, Athena.
Perfect.
Yep, so... It's done.
Will she get hit by poison?
Well, she's not a leader, so that should be fine.
Okay, let's find out.
Yeah, only one way to find out. Yep, so that poisons both of them.
And then, is it worth healing? Is your ability...
I can't... Oh, I can heal, yes. I can heal all friendlies in a target area. So let's see
We
if
want to
I
heal the
aim...
Harpy, maybe?
Well, I could move the Harpy in, and then heal... Maybe...
Okay.
Oh, that's an accident. How do I undo that? Right click? Yep, cool. So if I move the Harpy to... No, I can't get her in range. I could move Sobek back and do it there. That'd work. Where can I move Sobek to, actually? I could put Sobek there.
Well, does he... Well, there's no one for him to really attack.
Like, he doesn't get healed anyway, so it doesn't matter, because he's got full health. I think. Oh no, because
Yeah.
so it doesn't say what their original health was.
Hmm. I think let's leave him behind. Maybe he can...
So move him back here.
Well, we want to try and keep them alive, because the other two are going to die start of your next turn.
So, end of their turn. Yeah, so same. Alright, so we'll just do this. Heal everybody.
Yeah, he did get healed.
Yeah, he got 1 health, extra health, so he must be a one. Must have had 3. That's one thing worth noting. If in terms of maybe giving a little bit of feedback, not knowing the unit's original health does matter. So it's interesting that it shows everything. Like, it shows where my opponents are targeting and can move. Like, I can click this, like, I think I'm moving this character, because... Yeah,
I think that's one of those things that they will fix through the beta.
Yeah, that's it, and that's why the beta exists. That's why people do betas. I'm glad that there's so many companies now that will just release a beta with as a game and expect you to pay for it as they're building the game. I don't like that. Even alpha these days.
Yeah, especially when, like, quite often some of those games will charge more to participate in that beta than it would cost to actually buy the game.
Yep.
So we're looking at maybe the Fury coming out.
Yes, possibly. See what we draw. Because I could also, if my opponent plays some more minions, I could Last Breath again. Yeah, protect 1, so that thing needs to die. Well, they're going to die anyway, so that's fine. Maybe I probably should have moved Sobek back there. Maybe that was wrong.
What was the Doom speaker?
Doom Speaker is a 3/4 with no abilities.
Just a minion, okay.
So I can use this to kill that. Check, takes 1 non-items. No, I can't. So I need to... Yeah, so moving Sobek back was probably wrong. Oh no, because I can still do that. So if I do this, they'll lose their protect.
Okay.
then I can
It's not going to
kill.
kill.
I can kill this by combining this and the Sunder,
Okay,
and then 6 mana for the Fury.
that sounds good.
Cool. So hit that. Hit that.
It's quite interesting that you can't block line of sight.
Hmm.
Would have thought that would have been an interesting mechanic for them.
I believe I noticed in an earlier game that some maps have bushes, and if you put your unit in the bush, they get the stealth ability, which means they can't be targeted by ranged
Okay.
units or spells, I believe, unless they're physically on next to it.
So maybe going forward, they're going to put a lot more into the maps to create that
To,
kind
to
of.
set up line of sight. So that would be a nice addition. So, like, say this blocks line of sight, or yeah. So we're in a pretty good spot here, I think. Okay, so opponent's running. Doesn't hurt to run.
He's got the ranged advantage, so
But this has move 3, so it's getting in. Unless the opponent has a spell. I'm going to be hitting it for hitting his guy for half his life. The opponent really hasn't, like, he's cast a couple of minions, but nothing exciting.
that's what he needs right now. If he wants to stay in this, he needs to start summoning. The problem is he's now scattered.
Mm.
Like his guy up the top there is so far away from his hero.
Yep. I kind of want to play this just for the fun of it. Oh, yep, so he's got one of those. So again, I mean, Last Breath's going to do some work here. Ooh. Half a target's... what? So Warcry, half a target's health, and add the removed amount to Nemesis. So... what do we want to do? If I kill this... if I kill one, then Last Breath takes out the other two, or I can just hit the god's face, can I? No, he's blocked me off. That's obviously part of the tactics, is you can...
So it doesn't take damage in return. We want to kill that.
Kill that.
That's got to be the priority. So,
then I'll play Last Breath to set these two up to die.
yep. And then we want to
add.
hit the hero.
Yep. What is in
So
there?
we've got 4, so we can get an Elder Harpy out still, or...
I kind of want to try
no.
this, just to see.
Yeah. Do that. Gives us a random chance.
It's a 4/7 with charge.
That's good.
Yeah.
That worked
And
out well.
It restores 3 health to my leader, so that was like literally the best, probably the best we could get. I can't attack, he's too far out of range. I could hit that, but there's no point. Opponent's in a pretty bad spot. He's probably going to kill my minion with this.
I know I'm probably a bit OCD with this, but it feels like there's a rectangle in the middle, and then when you're half standing on it, it just hurts my OCD-ness. So you see where your hero...
The
yeah.
mat.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what have I got? I got this god attacks root enemies.
So when it attacks, it'll
It'll
lock
root them.
that minion into the one spot.
You know, which is pretty good. Look, rooting seems from the one interaction we had with rooting. Good range charge. If it kills an enemy, she gains +3/+0. That is a pretty cool artwork. Look at that card. I'm guessing all these gods are based off, you know, real gods of mythology.
Yep. Yeah, with the rooting, it's going to be a matter of getting a melee unit away from something and keeping it at that location. When it comes to the ranged ones, it doesn't seem to be as effective.
Health. So kill a non-leader friendly and deal damage equal to... I thought it said enemy, and I thought that is way too good. So I kill a friendly and deal damage equal to its health to a non-leader enemy. So I can kill... no.
But, not this turn, but say you had him down to 6 health, you could then use that card on that card.
Non-leader. So no, you can't.
Kill a... sorry.
So you...
Is it...
but it's basically sacrifice a
To a non-
guy
okay.
to a non-leader. So I can kill this.
So if you had something with 2 health.
Yeah. But it's got 1 protect as well, so I need to hit with 3. So I may as well just kill that now. I'm going to mostly lose this guy. That's fine.
Remember, we can heal.
We can heal. But again, I don't... oh yeah, so we'll do that. I think we want to summon this one to lock the god in place so it stops running from me. And then heal. Wait, I want to move in. And then... Myth and... I didn't attack. Don't like timers. So in theory I could sacrifice one of these to kill this, but there's not much point.
No, it has to be the health.
No, oh, is it?
Sacrifice.
Well, I could sacrifice this one, but I don't want to do that. I could just kill it next turn. It's interesting. The game's gone back and like I thought I was 100% winning 2 turns ago. My opponent summoned 2 gods, cleared my board. I summoned 2 guys. It's a lot of back and forth. It's not, you know, if that makes sense.
It's been interesting how the map's kind of just slid to the left. I wonder, depending on the deck and skill level, if you're going to see maps flip around completely in that.
Yeah. Could definitely imagine that happening, but pushing and pulling and, you know, in a high level game.
I think that's what the middle little obstacle is there for, is to try and force you around it. And so one person might go below and the other person will go to the top just to avoid them.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Now, does this cap out at 10 for the cost, or...?
That's the question. Okay, so I just
So
go...
you probably want to kill the 6-4 with your 4-1.
I don't want to use this.
You're going to lose your guy anyway. He's only got 1 health. Unless you plan on healing
No,
him
because
up.
he's got the protect, so he's not going to die. I need to kill
Oh,
this
the
first.
enemy guy.
Yeah. I could kill it with the range, so I might move this in
You're
here.
going to heal?
Oh yeah. So if I heal, that's 2. I
Then you
guess
can kill one of them. So if we kill the bottom one,
kill that one.
is
Okay.
the other guy in range?
What's this do?
Was that a skull on him?
Yes, the Skullman is going to kill it because it's lost the protect.
Yeah, this
healer?
guy. No, not the healer. The
The big one.
front. Kill that. Because you want to stop the 6 damage from coming at you.
And then I've got 8 mana, so I just zap the god.
You want to harpy out, I assume.
Yeah, let's get Harpy, and I can play Doomspeaker as well.
Yep.
Protects my god a bit from any melee weapons he might have, any melee attackers. He's probably going to kill the... Oh! What's
Is that a
happening?
concede, or...?
That might be a concession. Yep, okay, that's a concession.
Yep.
Okay, so we got a ranked win, and we got up to level 1 and a bit, and we won some of this. So we got 40 favours. So favour is one of the currencies you can use to buy boosters with.
Okay.
Ooh, 10 favour, that's the quest, because we got the quest was win 1 game.
And how much is it for one of the boosters and that?
I'm going to say 300. We'll double check that before we go. That way we can get an idea on the price of the game as well. Yep, first win of the day. Oh, we got an extra 100 favour. So that mustn't have been the quest. So that's just showing me where I'm working towards at the quest. If we go to the store, so 300 favour, or
Okay.
runes which you have to purchase. They're the purchasables.
Yep.
So I've got 190 favour just from that. So because that was the quest.
And so when this comes out, it should be free to play, is that correct?
My understanding is it's free to play with obviously with microtransactions and etc.
Got to make money somehow.
Exactly. Don't quote me on that. Obviously, I haven't spoken specifically to the developers, but I can't imagine them charging a subscription fee or anything.
Perfect.
All right, so that's Smite. Overall, pretty happy with what it looks like.
It's a good start. I think there's definitely room to build on it,
Of course.
particularly with the maps and the interactions there. Obviously, it depends on how many cards they're going to release and that kind of thing, but yeah, it's a solid start.
For sure. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm definitely going to play the beta a bit more and definitely give some feedback and have some fun with it. I definitely rate it, and it's definitely a twist on my normal type of card game, the Magic the Gatherings and Hearthstones, because it adds that extra tactical layer to it.
It's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you get to see all the monsters being summoned in that.
Yeah, and that's a nice little... As long as it still looks nice, it's a nice little aesthetic touch.
Definitely.
For sure. Alright, well, thanks for checking out the video today. I've been MP Numbers. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all under the MP Numbers. This is Diem. He's from the SOAP or SOAP podcast. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.